This is going to be the ultimate farming guide for Hearthstone Mercenaries. We're going to go through getting a mercenary to leveling them to maxing your characters out. If this is helpful for you and you want to see more stuff like this, please hit the like button and subscribe. Let's get do this. The first thing we're going to talk about is getting a mercenary. And there are 3 ways you can get a mercenary. Number 1 is buying a bundle in the store. I know it costs money, but this is actually a really good way of getting it because you're guaranteed and you skip a lot of the farming. 2 is opening it up in packs. Now, this is really easy for an epic and a rare, but legendary mercenaries can be a little bit troublesome to find in packs. Last, and probably the worst one and the tedious one, is actually going to their specific bounties and just grinding that bounty over and over and over again until you have enough coins to craft a mercenary. If you're going to pick the third option, it's very important that you have the most efficient farming comp in the game. And this is it right here. Ragnaros, Baron Geddon, and Antonidas can full clear most fights and bounties in 1 turn, which makes it the most efficient farming comp. Now, these can be used across every single bounty. Unless the final boss does not like fire damage, you should be in a really good position to full clear bounties as fast as possible. Now, if you're wondering if you should do heroic or normal, if you can do heroic, especially because at level 30 bounties, you will be able to get a guaranteed legendary bucket from the rewards. Now, if they're less than level 30, it may not be worth it because it can take a lot more time than just doing the regular bounty, but that is entirely up to you to decide and how long it takes you to complete the heroic bounty versus the normal bounty. Once you finally got the mercenary that you were going for, it's now time to level up their abilities and their equipment so they're playable in PvP, or just in case you wanted a complete collection. Before we start worrying about leveling up the abilities and the equipment, we actually have to level up our mercenary as well. And the easiest way to do this is take the fire comp that we had and add that mercenary in and do bounties as much as you possibly can until they're level 30. The reason you want to do this is because when a mercenary is on the bench, they will still get experience for completing fights and bounties. So while they're level 1, you let the farming comp do its job and you get the passive experience on the bench. Now that you have a mercenary at 30, we're gonna level up their abilities and their equipment. Now, the easiest way of doing this and getting a head start is obviously with opening packs, but the more efficient way for the free-to-play players is doing their tasks. In case you don't know, each mercenary has at least 18 tasks. These tasks will be given to the mercenary at random at the start of the day, or you can go look for them using mysterious strangers. Now, why would you want to do this? Well, each task is giving coins for that specific mercenary, and random mercenary as well could also be giving packs or a bunch more random coins. This is the most efficient way of getting coins for a specific mercenary. Currently, the best way of getting mysterious strangers for your specific mercenary is go to Fellwood bounties on normal and go to level 28 Lord Bane Hollow for the maximum efficiency of easy clearing and the highest potential chance of getting a mysterious stranger as early in the run as possible. It's also important to note that you're not guaranteed to get a mysterious stranger from these nodes at all. This is just a percentage thing, and sometimes you'll get a sabotage or a potato, but this is still the fastest way of getting tasks unless you want to wait every single day. Let's say you run out of tasks for a specific mercenary, but they're not maxed yet. What do? Well, this is what you do, is going to heroic in the barons and going to the Voracious Quillbore and doing this. If you make a mercenary comp, I'll just delete, I don't know, nature for sure. And let's say I was, just for this case, I'm farming Grom. If I put Grom as the only mercenary on my team and I queue this bounty up, which if you did not know, you can actually do this with just 1 mercenary, you are guaranteed to get 10 coins at the end of this bounty. But look at the difference here. There is 2 fights max, excluding the heroic guy, and I'm getting guaranteed 10 coins every single time. The only reason you would not want to do the Ferocious Quillbore to guarantee you coins for a specific mercenary if their clear is just absolute garbage. Now, there's not a lot of characters like this, but if that happens to be the case, the next best thing you could do is just find the bounty that has the coins for your mercenary, use the farming comp, and just get the coins. That is everything you need to know in order for you to get a maxed Merc as fast as possible. And this is basically what I've been doing to max out Mercs and try to get a full collection and a complete collection. Now, there's also a bunch of tips and tricks you may not know, which will be the remainder of this video. So these tricks will basically make sure you're as efficient as possible and can actually cut down a bunch of time while you're farming. I hope this is helpful. And again, if you enjoyed this, make sure you subscribe. Starting off with a very easy one. If you put your mercenaries in a specific order in the comp selection page, or like the deck builder, whatever you want to call it, they will actually come out the exact same way. So you can see right here, Antonidas, Geddon, Reg, Diablo, Karen, Natalie is exactly what it is in game. Antonidas, Geddon, Reg, Diablo, Karen, Natalie. Another awesome little tip here is that if you hit this button, currently it says 0 out of 3 played, it will summon the first 3 Mercs in your lineup. So Antonidas, Baron, Geddon, and Reg will be the first one summoned. Now, this isn't actually great for farming because the problem with this is it takes a long time. It's actually quicker to drag these minions out as fast as possible. And because they're in order, you can kind of do it super fast, but just to showcase you that it actually ends up working, here you go. And while we're here, I hope you're having a fantastic day. Did I mention, my God, you look fantastic today? I don't know if I did, but I probably did in the intro. But as you can see, Antonidas, Geddon, and Reg are all right here. I think a tip I could give you from the start is to skip animations in PvE. You could do it in PvP, but it doesn't make a whole lot of sense. So the main idea here is that we're going to queue up abilities. For instance, I'm only going to queue up the Reg Die Insects because it's going to kill every single one of these. But you could watch the difference between me not clicking the button and actually skipping the animation. So first we'll do it with no skipping and we'll end our turn. You could see, like, I have to go through animations, which is completely fine from the other side, but this is going to take a little bit. Like, yay, another one. Oh my God, it's pretty good. Now, this won't skip every animation, but it'll make the animations a lot faster. In order to skip animations, it's very easy. Basically, what you're going to be doing is clicking the things on the side that pop up as the animations and the attacks resolve themselves. So we just saw what it's like when you don't click it. Watch this. You notice I'm skipping that extra frame of animations, and it makes the animation go off quite faster. And this may not seem like a big deal, but if you're doing multiple battles for farming, this is exponentially going to increase how fast you can actually farm. If you ever have a task that says complete X amount of bounties or complete X amount of heroic bounties, a lot of people, what they'll do for the regular bounties is just go for normal. And when you go to normal, this may be the fastest normal bounty to do. But the problem with this bounty is that you don't actually get a spirit healer here. There's no spirit healer. You're going to have to do 4 fights in total in order for you to actually complete this bounty. Where if you go to the heroic version of this, it's actually much better for you because A, you're doing a heroic bounty, which means you can get that task done as well. And regular bounties count for that. So if it says complete X amount of bounties, doing heroic bounties do count for this. But this one guarantees you a spirit healer on the second one, no matter what. So you're going to be doing 1 less fight. And if you're doing a task for a new mercenary that might not be, you know, jacked up or strong yet, just do them in the first round. You get a guaranteed heal to do it again for the next fight after. I do this a lot. It makes just doing tasks that much easier. I did not know this, so I'm going to put this in the video for the people who don't, because I felt stupid and I played this game a lot. But usually what I would do is I would go back if I want to look at my task and look at the bounty board. But the bounty board takes so long because I have to go through so many screens. You could actually look at your campfire to review your task list, and it will let you know what tasks you are on currently and what the status of them is in your actual bounty. If I'm the only one that has this problem or did have this problem, I'm stupid, and that's okay. But let's say you're in game already and you forgot what your task is. Oh, you can't leave the game, otherwise you'll just retire the run. But that's where this little thing comes in you might have noticed before, and that is the deck tracker that I'm running on PC. Now, this goes out to all the mobile users out there. Unfortunately, this tip will not be for you, but if it's any consolation, you look great today. But the main idea of this is to hover this over and get an idea of what you need, right? So let's say you've done 5 out of 10 after this. You can hover into your next meeting like, oh, I only need 5 out of 10 more. I can just do it this turn. You also may have noticed that their abilities are up here too, and it'll let you know what you're queuing. So for the instance of this fight, I will be playing Mr. Smite because I do need to use his task, and we'll just put Reg and Diablo in, right? just this is my general task. What we're doing, we're just gonna get this over with. But then you may have noticed that these things kind of hover up, right? And this works on the regular minions as well. But now I don't even have to hover over them to see what they're doing. I could just get a really good idea of what I can prepare for and if one of my characters will die, whatever you want to say. This is a very good thing to have, especially if you're playing on PC and you play on PvP as well, because this is going to be used in PvP. Get this tracker, just go to hsreplay.net, go to downloads, and then just pick the thing that you're on. If whether you're on Windows or Mac, it does not matter, and you will have everything you need to help. It also has an overlay for like regular standard Hearthstone or Battlegrounds to help you out, but it's very helpful and it does help you out with farming and just knowing what tasks you have to do. Let's say you're farming specifically for Mysterious Strangers, like I was kind of doing for this run, right? I just wanted the Mysterious Stranger, I got one, and I did the next one to just do the last part of this video. But let's say I look at the chest and I don't really want King Crush, Anduin, or Brucon. If you retire, you get random coins. So if you actually don't need any of these, you could just retire and you'll get completely random coins regardless of what was in that chest. Now, this isn't always the best thing to do because sometimes you actually genuinely want to farm what's in the chest. So this is probably going to be the most important tip. And if you've stuck around to the end to watch this, welcome to the party, because this is probably going to help you out quite a bit. You want to complete all of the tasks you can on your farmers. Why would you do that? You may ask. Well, first of all, there's 18 tasks. If you get all of the 18 tasks done for your farmers, you get 3 packs, but most of the time they will be maxed, which is great. But the best thing about this is that if, let's say I do my runs, and I always do my runs with Gan and Rag and Antonidas, and I find a stranger, they cannot be offered any tasks, which means guaranteed I am gonna hit the mercenary that I want the task for. And because I've done this, I could do every single run with Get and Rag and Antonidas and never have to worry about just worrying about getting them tasks, because I want tasks for Sneeds, for example, or Mr. Smite. I will always get it because those 3 are done their task. They cannot be offered them anymore.